It's nice to be prepared. No. Probably should have gone and grabbed it out of the bathroom so I could remember exactly what. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. We're gonna try this again. I swear this is like take 20. It's been chaos in the house today. Hi. Okay. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing another in my series. It's called Spoonie Certified, which if this is your first time to my channel...
I didn't get that.
Really? Like, and now the dog. I don't even know what to do anymore. Like... Okay. Deep breath. If this is your first time to my channel, I would really appreciate it if you would take a minute and hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. I am having a contest for my first 100 subscribers. All you need to do is be subscribed, leave a comment in the comment box down below to let me know that you've done so. When we hit 100, I'll do a random drawing and give away a bunch of skincare and makeup items, all of which are Spoonie certified. Which brings me to today's topic. Today, I am doing another in my Spoonie Certified series, which is where I test out products to see if not only do they work and do the things that they claim that they do, but are they okay for my incredibly sensitive, immunocompromised skin, which is a pretty high bar to set. But it's one thing for someone with a normal immune system to throw on an eyeliner or I don't know, a moisturizer or even a foundation, right? It's another for a Spoonie because we have a lot of other like secondary issues going on and can sometimes react to things that are in the products. Today's review is a little bit different. Today I'm reviewing for the very first time a skincare product. And to do that, I really feel like I need to give this product a longer shot. So this video is actually going to be shot over the course of a month. Today is the 27th of August, and as of today, I have been using this product for almost a week. It'll be a week tomorrow that I started using it. I wanted to try it out first beforehand in case I had a reaction. I did patch test this for a couple of days. I'm not counting that in the week. I patch tested this for a couple of days in the run-up to when I started this. When I had no reactions to the patch test, I went ahead and threw it into my actual skincare routine. And I have not had a reaction since then. And the reason why I waited almost a week is I do know with my skin, sometimes I don't have a reaction when I patch test, and I don't have a reaction the first like 1 or 2 times I use a product. But by the 3rd or 4th time, I do have a reaction. And I wanted to make sure that that wasn't going to happen with this. So we seem to be in the clear so far as allergic reactions go. All right, so let's actually talk about the product. Today, I am going to be talking about, this is the Sweet Chef Beet plus Vitamin A Serum Shot. This line, this Sweet Chef line, is actually by the same people who make Glow Recipe. And I have used a lot of Glow Recipe's products. I've talked about that in the past. I talked about their watermelon mask on my Hack Your Nap video. Sweet Chef is a little bit different. It's a slightly lower price point, and it is carried in Target, which is nice because it means that it's easier to access for most folks. It's a newer endeavor by them. I'm not really certain how it works because they have like their own separate Insta and their own separate website, but it is the same people who do it. I'm not really clear on how that works. So let's talk a little bit about beets in particular. I did not know much about beets before I picked this up. I mean, as far as like skin benefits. One of the things I learned is that they are very good for your skin if you eat them. Unfortunately, I hate the taste of beets. I think they're disgusting and awful. I'm not a big vegetable person in general. I like fruit. But if you like beets, I would highly recommend eating them because after all the research I did, there's a lot of stuff that's in beets that's really good to prevent signs of aging when you ingest them. But it's also true topically, right? So this is basically a retinol cream is what it is. And it's good for skin texture, enlarged pores, and also to minimize signs of aging like fine lines and wrinkles. I don't really have much in the way of enlarged pores. I do have wrinkles, some fine lines though. So I want to kind of see what this does for my fine lines. There are some myths, and I want to address these really quick, about using retinol and vitamin C together. And one of them is that you should not do it. I will say, if you have very sensitive skin, you want to be very careful about combining these two products together because they both can be an irritant. The same is true with using both of these with another chemical exfoliator. If you have incredibly sensitive skin and you want to add in a retinol and you don't normally use it, and you also use a chemical exfoliator like the one that I showed in my skincare video that I use, I would start out using it like every other night, right? I wouldn't go full on all the time just to see how it does. But you can use them all together. The most important thing is that you wear sunscreen. Now, there's also a myth about not being able to use these during the day, like in the morning, because they do cause sun sensitivity. You can, but you really, really, really need to use sunscreen. Now, I will say, I prefer to use my products like this, like vitamin C or retinol, in the evening. And my reasoning for that is that the majority of the skin repair that happens during REM sleep. There is something that physiologically that happens in the body when you go to sleep and you enter the REM state. That's when your skin repairs itself. You do not get a lot of skin repair happening during the day. So I don't really see the point in using this when it's not at its most optimal. It is daytime right now. I'm making an exception because shooting this video at night, I felt like with the lighting was going to be just too problematic. But I am going to put on a ton of sunscreen. Okay, I have washed my face. I've put on all of my like toner, first treatment essence, all of that jazz. If you want to see more about what I do in my skincare routine, I will link the video up above, kind of walking you through everything. So this product, it is a serum, and it is a very thick serum. It's an odd texture. It does not move. It's a very like gelatinous. I don't know if you can see. Look at that. Like it's not even really running down my hand. It's very, very gelatinous. So because it's so thick, I have been putting it on before my hyaluronic acid, which is a milkier. It's kind of a toss. Like I felt like it was kind of a toss up as far as like which one of them is thicker. I mean, I feel like it could kind of go either way. I probably could just like mix this in. In the instructions, it actually says that you could mix this into your moisturizer and put it on that way. One of the things you need to be very, very careful about when you're putting on, and this is, I believe, also true for vitamin C, your skin needs to be dry. If your skin is wet, right, from either washing or because you've put on, right, your toners and whatnot, and it's still damp, and you put this on top, it's actually going to suck the product too far down into the lower levels of your skin barrier and can cause problems. We want this product to be working on the outer layer of the skin barrier and not like the deeper layer of the skin barrier. That's often what causes the irritation and the redness for people, is that they will put a product on like this or a vitamin C serum or cream or whatever, and their skin will still be somewhat damp, and they wind up with their skin turning very, very red. Tacky is fine, right? We just don't want wet. All right. Now there is a little bit of a scent to this, but I think it's not perfumey. Right? Like I actually think what I'm smelling is the beets, because it smells almost kind of herbaceous to me. I don't dislike it. And it's not bothered my skin at all. Because this is so gelatinous, I guess is the best word that I can think of to use for it. I have been doing the thing where I actually use the dropper to put it on my face because I had a harder time gauging how much I needed when I put it on my hand. Ordinarily, I don't like dropping my serums onto my face because they just run everywhere and they make this huge mess, and I feel like the reverse is true. I wind up using way more product than I need. But because this doesn't really move around a lot, I had the opposite problem. Okay, so I literally am just gonna about 4 small drops. And I'm gonna just sort of very gently, now this is like barely touching my skin when I'm rubbing it to spread it. And then I'm just gonna pat it in. It's important when you're using a product like this to make sure that you are still like cleansing your face really well, exfoliating on a regular schedule. Again, if your skin is very, very sensitive, you might not want to do like manual exfoliation and this product at the same time. You know, maybe skip using the serum that night. But it's important to kind of get your pores cleaned out to help the product out, right? It's really supposed to pull dead skin, right, and help skin turnover. So just, you want to give it a helping hand. Hi guys. Okay, welcome to week 2 of testing the Sweet Chef Beet Vitamin A Serum. It is morning, but I am again gonna put this product on. I have done the bulk of my face routine with the exception of the hyaluronic acid milk. This last week I actually switched up the order. For a while I was putting the serum on before the milk. They're very close in texture, so it was a difficult call for me since you normally move right from thinnest to thickest when it comes to products that you put on your face. I started to experience something that they call the strawberry skin syndrome, which is not uncommon when you start using vitamin A retinol on your skin. Because it increases skin turnover, what you get is kind of these weird textured, almost like pocky spots, which I know sounds like we're going in the wrong direction from what we want, but really all that is the cells are turning over at a slightly different rate. And then because the product does sometimes cause a little bit of inflammation, and for whatever reason, from all the research I have read, week 2 seems to be the week where people have the most problems with inflammation, right? So your skin turns a little red, hence the term strawberry skin, because it's kind of got that like bumpy texture along with redness. One of the recommendations that I had read for combating strawberry skin, aside from keeping your skin very, very moisturized, which I've been doing some more moisturized based sheet masks, is to put your hyaluronic acid on before you put on your vitamin A serum. So this week I decided to try that. So that's what we're going to do right now. I'm going to put my little bit of my Hada Labo hyaluronic acid milk on my face. And I am going to reiterate how very, very important it is to put on sunscreen with this. I had a day this last week where I got up in the morning and the dog needed to go out. I hadn't even done like my face stuff yet. He was having normally he's like very good about hanging in his pen until I like washed my face and everything, but it was like we had to go to the bathroom. So I completely forgot. I keep a baseball cap by the back door to put on the off chance that I leave the house without putting on sunscreen. I didn't put the ball cap on. And in the 15 minutes that I was outside without sunscreen, like I picked up sun on my cheeks. Like it was. Now I burn easily, but this was, even for me, this was extreme. And I do think it's the vitamin A, right? So I just really want to reiterate how very, very, very important it is to wear sunscreen. Even if you're using this product at night, like I do normally, still sunscreen, very important. Okay, I feel like I gotta duck down so you guys can see me. I'm gonna lift up. I don't know. There. Can you guys see? I'm going to try to zoom in even more when I'm editing this and hopefully get like kind of a close-up of the red. Slightly, it's a little, not even pocky, I don't think is the right word, but there is definitely some texture there. I've not really noticed much in the difference, like, I mean, it's been 2 weeks. In my fine lines and wrinkles, like, they pretty much look the same to me. I do notice a difference like I said, my skin texture has been kind of doing the strawberry thing. So clearly something is happening. It doesn't itch, it's not irritated, right? As much as it turns kind of red, and I feel like I get these kind of like weird, I've been getting these weird sort of dry patches. My skin does not feel like extra sensitive. The one day that I managed to pick up a little bit of sun, I did notice for several days after that, my skin was incredibly sensitive. But I think that was the sun damage, honestly. Like, I don't feel like, I mean, clearly picking up sun that fast is a result of using a vitamin A product. So I guess you could blame the product for that, but I'm going to blame my own stupidity that I didn't grab the hat that I keep on the hook by the door for that very purpose, for whatever reason. So here we are, week 2. I feel like, as much as the strawberry skin sounds like a terrible thing, I think that's a sign it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. So we'll see what happens going into week 3. Hopefully going into week 3, more of the skin turnover will have happened, and I will maybe have some results for you guys. Hi everybody, this is week 3 on my test trial for the Sweet Chef Beet plus Serum. Okay, so week 3. Strawberry skin, completely gone now. Okay, so 2 things to report that I noticed, like, all of a sudden, start of week 3. The first was, I occasionally would get a handful of blackheads on my chin. And it was sort of this like perpetual cycle of like, I would exfoliate, right? Because I exfoliate like twice a week. I would exfoliate and cleanse my skin and they would go away. And then a couple days would go by, they'd be back, I'd exfoliate, right? Like, so sort of this like ongoing cycle of like exfoliation, they'd disappear. And then by 4 days later, when I was ready to exfoliate again, they would come back. We noticed that they weren't there. Like, I went to exfoliate and they just weren't there. I still exfoliated, right? Did everything. It's now been a week. They've not come back. So that's good. Second thing I noticed when I was putting on my makeup is I had this moment where I was like, that fine line around, like my smile line, I have one really big one, right, on both sides. And that I'm fairly certain was the first one because it's the deepest. And I thought, it's gotten deeper. It's not actually like going away. And I felt this like irritation. And then I stopped and I looked closer and I realized it's not that it's gotten deeper. It's that the smaller ones that are surrounding it are fading, which makes it stick out more because it now looks more like a lone smile line or more of a lone smile line than not. So clearly the Beet Serum is working. I'm going to bring you in close just for a second so that you can take a look. So you can see, right, there's the big one, right? I have a bunch of much smaller ones that surround it, and they are fading. So week 3, strawberry skin is gone now. I did a lot more sheet masking week 2 into week 3. I don't really have any dry patches anymore like I was experiencing in week 2. I think my skin has sort of like settled out. It's definitely working on the wrinkles, and I am very happy to say that those, like the little cluster of blackheads that I seem to be stuck in a cycle with on my chin are now gone. So here we are, week 3. I will be back week 4 to report in. All right, welcome to week 4 of my check-ins, and it's been exactly a month since I have started using the Sweet Chef skincare. And clearly time has passed because look, my hair is, I'm back in my mohawk. I'm going to try to get a close-up here first of the bottle so you can see how much I have used. I have used this every day this entire month with the exception of one day, which I believe I mentioned. It was the day previous I had forgot to put on sunscreen and I picked up some sun, and I did not want to use this on top of my skin, which was sort of showing redness, irritation, and all of that. So I skipped one day while my skin recovered. But other than that, so basically I've been using this for 29 days. So I've got about a third of the bottle gone. It took me probably a good week to figure out how much to use because I was using too much. You really do not need like a whole lot of this product. I use the equivalent of about 4 drops. Real quick, I just want to go over a couple things with the ingredients. It is free of parabens, synthetic dyes, synthetic fragrance, and there's no mineral oil in it, which is really good. But I went to the full ingredients list. It has, and I always say this word, butylene. It's butylene glycol, which is the second ingredient in this, which is a little concerning for some people with skin sensitivities. So according to the skin sensitivity database, butylene glycol it's an organic form of alcohol, and it's normally used as a binding agent. I mean, it's rated very low, right? As far as like having any kind of reactions. It's actually safe to eat. Like you can eat it. The FDA has approved it to consume. People do sometimes report skin sensitivities with this. If you have a sensitivity to alcohols in general, definitely patch test this. If you have a sensitivity to butylene glycol, hopefully I'm saying that right, don't use this product. I have very, very sensitive skin, and this did not bother me at all beyond the usual, right, kind of strawberry skin stuff that you do get with retinol, retinoids, vitamin A, right? So this didn't give me any problems. I'm going to bring you in now for a close-up so you can see. All right, I shut one of my lights off because sometimes I feel like it's a little hard to see with the lights, they obscure. And I will zoom you in real close when I do this in editing. Hopefully it'll show up. I think from straight on, what's most, okay, so I have, right, angry face lines. That's what I call them. Through all the years that I was the head of my department in academia. That's where those wrinkles came from. I used to call these my faculty lines from when my faculty would make me do this all the time. But I literally was developing a third one right here. So these two and then this one. And what I'm noticing is, and you can see I have, right, the forehead grooves as well. The older ones now almost look more prominent because the smaller ones that were forming around it that I think kind of created more of a, like, lots of wrinkly places to look, for lack of a better way to put it, are now almost gone. So my thinking is that long-term usage, I'm going to start to see a lessening of like the deeper ones. I mean, clearly these are some of the very first lines that I got on my face, and so they're going to take the longest to sort of address, and I really don't feel like a month is enough time. But I do feel like the product is really, really working. To sum up, I am going to give this my seal of approval. I am going to say that Sweet Chef's Beet plus Vitamin A Serum Shot, which is pore refining and smoothing and good for wrinkles, is Spoonie certified. That, however, is with the caveat that you need to be very careful about the alcohol that's in it. So my recommendation would be to patch test this. Target does have a very good return policy. If you have any kind of an allergic reaction to something, you can always take it back to Target. They will give you your money back. I'm fine, clearly. Like, I don't even experience any redness anymore when I put it on. My skin has fully acclimated to it. I actually like this product so much, I think I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. I'm going to test their vitamin C serum, which is also made with ginger. So we're actually going to start that probably in the next couple of days. And it'll be another month-long review, so stay tuned for that. I hope you guys found this helpful, and I hope all of you are happy, healthy, and well-rested, and are remembering that self-care is the most important form of care. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.